Hi there, my name's Barry Gardner and welcome to a short video about stem mastering. So I'm just going to do a pretty ad hoc, off the top of my head talk about mastering from stems. And in fact, whilst we're looking at the Manley Massive Passive here and a few other items of equipment in the rack, for stem mastering we tend to find a lot of the work happens over here on the Workstation, and here we're using Nuendo, and as you can see there's some stereo stems from a track in the timeline here, just playing along. So what we find with stems is that we can have more targeted processing towards various groups of instruments. Up the top we've got a drum track, and we've got the bass, synth melodies, piano melodies, and various other stems that relate to this track. And then they can be adjusted, sorry about the focus, that's terrible. They can be adjusted obviously with equalizers. As you can see, I've got various decent quality plugins that I would manipulate sound with on a channel by channel basis or stem by stem basis. And then of course we have to come back to the analog rack, where processing will happen much in the same way as a stereo master would be created. And the good thing about stems is it gives the mastering engineer a little bit of extra control. There's also a few things that can be done with regards to summing those stems as well. That can sometimes enhance the depth of the end results, and also, you know, it just gives that extra flexibility where stereo mastering, if I try to make an adjustment on a, let's say, a vocal, then obviously that EQ is going to follow through onto the snare, it's going to affect the kick drum, it's going to affect guitars, it's going to affect synthesizers. So it gives a little bit of extra control. It's very different than mixing. It isn't full mixing, it doesn't use loads of automation. It can use automation for some problem solving issues, but in general stem mastering, what it comes down to is extra flexibility and a little bit more depth to the sound, and usually superior results over stereo 2-track mastering. Not always, so I suggest sending the track over mixed as it is, and I can let you know whether stems is appropriate or not. In many cases it's not appropriate. I don't just take people's money for the sake of it. I want good end results and will advise you accordingly. So I hope that's been of interest to you. And read through the stem mastering page, there's lots of good information there, and also the mastering frequently asked questions page as well. And yeah, by all means get in contact by email, and that rounds it up, I think. So take care and hope to hear your music soon. Cheers.